Hi guys! Today I will be doing a video on cutting the sleeves of your old shirt. The design looks like this, and let me show you how I did it. I was trying to be as clear and specific as I can, so this video is a little bit more lengthy, but please bear with me. You'll need something to mark out with. I use clothing chalk, or if you don't have that, a pencil will also work. Scissors to cut, ruler to measure, or a measuring tape will also work. Fabric glue, or if you don't have that, nail polish to replace it. This is the before and after result for you guys to see, just so you get an overview of it. I thought it would be good to spice up your old shirts instead of buying a new one, partly because I couldn't find a cutout shirt that I liked in the store. Either it wasn't in the color I wanted or the fabric was too thin. I have already made markings on my shirt, but I will go through with you step by step just so you know how I did it. First, get an old shirt or top that you are alright with cutting. I invert the shirt inside out so that when I do the markings will be on the inside of the shirt compared to the outside. This is useful just in case your markings stain or cannot be removed. I chose to measure all my ribs, but if you do not wish to measure them, you can randomly cut them. That can be a pattern or a design too. I recommend cutting after the shoulder because I wanted to avoid the main seam so I would not spoil the shirt. I am careless and not perfect or very neat when doing handiwork. Here you can see I made my slits into triangles because I thought it looked more like a tear or a rib as compared to rectangles, which can be quite chunky since both the rib and the space are of the same shape. But it is personal preference. You can do slits of any shape you like. My markings are also not the same size. I made them from big to small because I like the gradient effect and I thought that it would be something different. From that seam, I measured 2.5 cm and I moved downwards. I chose my measurements. The length of each rib will be 1.5 cm and the space will be 2.5 cm. I will alternate between the ribs and the spaces. Next, I measure how long the ribs will go. This will depend on your arm size or how long you want the rib to be. I started mine with 3.5 cm, so in total, it is actually 7 cm. Don't forget about the other side as well. I go down half a cm smaller each time I measure. This means that the next length will be 3 cm and the one after will be 2.5 cm. I chose to have 4 ribs for each sleeve. This is because I liked it that way and I did not want to have a sleeve full of ribs. I thought it would be too much and a little bit too complicated. If there are not enough ribs, I thought it would be too little and it may not be as obvious. So I recommend about 4 to 5 ribs for one sleeve. Of course, this also depends on your personal preference. Then, I do my markings on my other sleeve. I decided to align the sleeves together just so that I could use the first sleeve as reference instead of measuring it all over again. I used the end of a pin to measure the end of the slit. You do not have to follow this, you could also measure it again. I just didn't want all the hassle, so I decided to use the other sleeve as reference. When I am done with the markings, I join the dots together. Once I'm done marking them, I cut the slits out. I place my shirt to make sure the sleeves are aligned together. I cut both at the same time together, hoping that it would be even. It also helps so that you do not need to cut a second time. Just remember, if you cut too small, you can make it bigger by cutting more. If you cut off too much, you cannot make it smaller. Another thing is, depending on how you wash them, it may be possible that the ribs get bigger over time, since this is not machine made or anything. So I would not recommend doing a very large rib. For an extra step, if you are worried that your shirt will fray or tear, Take some fray glue or nail polish and put it onto the end of the ribs so that it will not fray while it is being washed. And this is your end result. I hope you guys like this video. Feel free to leave any comments below and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye!